What's up, everybody? I'm Dear Gamer. Welcome back to the channel today. We are back, and Resident Evil Requiem has been the most successful Resident Evil game Capcom has ever done. And one, it's absolutely amazing, and it's the highest rated current game right now, beating Expedition 33 in terms of community Metacritic score, which is absolutely phenomenal. This tells us that when you make a game that is refined, polished, well-driven story, visual effects, and gameplay, you could do very well. This game has done very well for Capcom, but we'll get into the facts. We'll talk about the game, Leon factor, the graphics, the story, all the things that came together to make this game possible, and all the backhand updates behind the scene that Monster Hunter provided to help them get here as well. My fans, without further ado, let's dive in. So let's get straight into the data. Looking at the numbers, sales, 5 million sales in 5 days, which is absolutely crazy because you compare Resident Evil 4, the one that we all love, sold 4 million in 4 months. So in 5 days, Resident Evil 9 Requiem was able to eclipse all its other sales. On Steam, it peaked at 344 players playing at the same time. It was absolutely incredible. The Metacritic score from the publishers, the critics, all the industry people and folks was an 89 out of 100. When Resident Evil 4, they gave a 96, and Resident Evil 2 remake, they gave a 93. So I don't know, I feel like they were a little harsher on this game, but going to the user score, the people that played the game, the community that are one, extremely critical at Capcom, and but also two, biased. We love the game, we love the industry, we love what they've done. They gave it a 9.5, which makes it the highest review currently. And on Steam, it has a 96% with 20k reviews on Steam. Absolutely phenomenal. Even in the UK, it was #1 sales on, with most of its traffic coming from PS5 and 36% coming from PC. So one, this game has shown to be a blockbuster hit for Capcom, and now it sets a precedent for them of, wait a minute, everybody has said over the years that single player games are dead. Nobody plays single player games. Everyone wants to do live service. Everyone wants to do multiplayer games. And though those games are great, those games are great. Arc Raiders is great. People love Fortnite. We love Monster Hunter. Multiplayer games are great. But there's still an audience that loves single player games. And playing the game, one thing that people I've seen online have shared that, oh man, the game can be beaten in 8 hours. And the thing about Resident Evil games that people don't realize is that these games have always been meant to do multiple runs through based on some of the things you unlock after you beat the game, trying to speed run it, different gear. Like I remember playing Resident Evil 1 back in the day and beating the game, then you get in the Magnum, and you just walk around, pop all the zombies at any moment. So I think like those are the things that people don't think about as often, because I think they said Resident Evil 4 was like 20 hours, which is great. But I for sure, they already shared that they're going to be working on some DLC for the game. And now we can only imagine Mercenary Mode is on its way, and making that much money, doing that many sales that quickly. Like at this point, they're going to throw all the budget to make this game as big as it possibly can be and expand it from years to come on from now. And I think that's cool. I think Capcom has been on a wave right now. They just really, Monster Hunter got fixed. The gameplay is mostly positive now on the Steam reviews, which is cool to see. They got Pragmata coming out. They got Onimusha coming out. They just have hits on hits on hits. They're winning right now. So it's cool to see this success in an era where there's a lot of frustration in the industry. We just had Highguard close the facilities within a month of releasing the game. So many developer and dev and team have been laid off, which has been heartbreaking, because like, man, it makes it to the same, it puts a stake on the system, as if your game does not pop off and have a mega successful launch from the start, you might as well pack it up. You're not gonna make it, which is hard. Like, it's the days of letting the community build over time. Niche communities are gone because those investors, they want that money, they want it, and they want the games to pop off immediately. So that's kind of crazy. But kind of getting back to this game, what are some things that made this game really popular? It has to be the Leon factor. I think we can all say, when you think of iconic characters in Resident Evil, what are the things that stand out in your mind? For sure, it's gonna be Leon. Leon was a phenomenal Resident Evil 2, and then we have Leon Resident Evil 4, and like, Leon is just that character. And I think what they've done so far with him is they made him cool, they made him edgy, they gave him like cool voice lines. And what's really cool about this game is they combined it like 2 games in one. So they took the dread, the feel, the ugh from Resident Evil 7, and they combined it with the action from Resident Evil 4, and it gives you just this like broken brain experience playing through the game. Because Grace's moments in the game are gut-wrenching, scary, eerie. You're like, ah, man. But then you get to Leon, you're like, ah, I'm just popping zombies, going, duking. You have all the power you want. Then you go to Grace, and you're like scared to look around the corner. It just has so many emotions that are so well done. And the music, the atmosphere, the eeriness, the breathing she has as she's walking around, the voice acting was just phenomenal. And I think like a game with Grace alone would have been terrifying. And this game, I feel like it scared me and gave me bigger jump scares than I thought I was going to ever have in a game like this. But having Leon was cool, sleek, had a cool car, the bike, all the guns, all the things. And it was like, it was a relief valve we needed. When things got too tense, Capcom was all right, chill out, brothers. Catch a breath. Get Leon, get some action. Like, oh, okay, cool. Then you get back to Grace, you're like, oh my God, I'm terrified. So I think like that aspect of the game really made it really cool. And that's what really resonated with a lot of players playing the game. Because if you go back to Resident Evil 2, you were able to play as the 2 characters as well. So I think like them being able to swap between the different characters, it set you up for good reactions, and the emotions you felt like just made the game feel even better. I think visually looking at the game looked phenomenal. It had the new update for PlayStation Pro, the PSSR 2, which we played it on. And if you had a PC, it had even better ray tracing and graphics on there. So what is PSSR? Is PlayStation Upgraded Scaler. Essentially, it turns PlayStation into a PC because they can continue to update this element of the console that changes how we perceive certain things. And essentially what it does, it takes like 1080p gameplay, upscales it to 4K, 60 frames, locks it as dynamic shadows and colors and lighting to really set the scene, to have some truly gorgeous gameplay. And I think that's the one thing as well. It's not just how the game felt and looked, which the game felt good. Controls felt good. I think it was a good element for them, allowing us to swap between third person and first person, because for Grace, it made sense to be in first person because the game is eerie, it's spooky, you can play third person. But when you play first person, they did something that I think was interesting. It feels like you're walking slower. It's like, oh man, hurry up, get there. If you swap to third person, you can see she's booking it, she's moving. But when you play in first person, it makes it feel like she's slower. It makes it feel like there's a lot more things happening. It just gives you a different feel to the game that adds to the spooky elements, but also as well, it allows you to see a lot of sharper details. So the update gives you sharper details, ray tracing reflections, no ghosting, it's optimized for TV, and it would just look beautiful. It looks stunning. All the reviews shared that the game look absolutely stunning. It's the best console version ever by playing on PS5 Pro if you have one, because it just makes it look so good. You lose out on the ray tracing with the standard PS5. There's no shine. It looks good, but I think the game really comes alive when you on the PS5 Pro or playing PC. I think the big thing is a lot of people are wanting to get a physical copy of the game as well. The game sold out. The physical copy of the game is sold out because this kind of game you want to collect because of how well it was done. I think again, the game does some pretty good way. I think the game's pretty good at identifying different ways you can play the game as far as like being tactical. I think initially playing the game, you want to go through and start popping heads of the zombies that you're going across, but then you realize, like, I think even my streams, so hey, DJ, it's better to shoot the knees. If you shoot the knees, it allows you to stagger them, which you can take them out and they're stable, and you can knock them over, which will help you save ammo in the long run. And I think when it comes to ammo, that's one thing that I liked that they really did a really good job on, is the crafting system. How at first you're like, oh man, this is how it's gonna go down with Grace. You're not gonna get any ammo in this game, while Leon has infinite ammo. You're not gonna have any ammo. But I think the crafting element that gives you blood samples that you pick up along your playthrough or from the zombies, and picking up some scraps allow you to make different things and allows you to play differently. If you want to play a little aggressively, you can. You just gotta watch out for how much ammo you're using. But also, if you want to play more tactical, sneak up behind zombies, stop them from transforming again, you can do that. You can do that as well based on like how you want to use your resources in the game. So I like that they were tactical with how they decided to make the game. I think the one big thing we're all asking, like, is this game gonna be Game of the Year? And I feel that it's a very strong contender for Game of the Year. This year's looking big. We got a lot of competition. We have this game, we have GTA 6, we have Crimson Desert, and also we have Phantom Blade Zero. So 4 heavy hitter games I can see going all the way. And I think from story, I think what makes a Game of the Year is a complete package. It's like the story element, the way they tell the story, the lore, the connections between the characters and you, the gameplay mechanics, the music, the environment, the boss fights, the intricacy, the way the level is designed. And I feel like they knocked it out of the park. Last year's Expedition blew our minds. We didn't expect that from an unknown studio. This year, Capcom said this is what it's like to be a AAA studio. This is what it's like to make a AAA game. And it's like you just couldn't find that many flaws in the game. Not saying it doesn't have any, it does. But I think they gave a complete package, and that's the kind of contenders that I know the critics, I know the people are gonna want for like Game of the Year. So I think like this game has a potential based on its impact and on its sales, especially in the environment we're currently in, to sell that much at $70 in 5 days, 5 million copies. Wow, I think it's a big accomplishment. So I feel I can see it. I think that there's the one thing I like about Resident Evil is always mystery. It's always things you can lose. It's always just thinking back to it. There's a safe I didn't open. I didn't get a combination lock for it. And I think that's the fun of the game. There's a lot of ways that they have mysteries, hidden things, elements that make you think, and they hide things from you, which encourages you to play it again. It encourages you to explore. Even as scary as it is, it encourages you to look in those nooks and crannies to see what kind of hidden gems can you find that'll enhance your gameplay experience. But to wrap it up, I say that horror is back, suspense is back, thriller is back. I think from this we're gonna see a resurgence of this genre, because Capcom just proved that no, it's not just the action games, not just the RPGs, not just the shooters that perform well. If you make a solid game, you will perform well, and you can perform well. So I'm happy. This is good for the industry, this is good for gamers, this is good for gaming in general. But this is my take on why Capcom has been so successful with this game, and congratulating them on the massive success of it. And also I'll touch on this really quick. I didn't think I talked about it, but they came out and they had so many issues of Monster Hunter with the RE engine and playing these games on a wide scale, and they finally fixed it. And since they fixed it, they came out and said, hey, like, we learned a lot in our year for Monster Hunter Wilds, but all the troubles and all the hardships they went through were beneficial, because now they can apply it to all their other games coming out. So I can also see Dragon Dogma 2, the DLC. I can see that game getting flushed out. I can see them just optimizing all their games from this point on based on what they learned from their year in Monster Hunter. So I'm excited to see what else is up the sleeves for Capcom and for gaming. And ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new, make sure you guys subscribe. Until next time, dear gamers, signing out.